Two tools. Two tools. Two tools. No clue!
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Two Tools, No Clue podcast. I'm Anna,
And I'm Jeidan.
and today we're learning about
Homesteading.
what is it?
What does it mean? Who are they?
Who are they? Who are we?
We're gonna find out. Okay, so I did a deep dive into homesteading, and I will admit the definition of homesteading is very underwhelming.
That's
There
kind
we
of
go.
sad. Do we want to say what's going on our homestead before we
Yeah,
dive
that's a
into
great
it?
idea because that's more exciting than what the definition of homesteading is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the most exciting thing that's happened is our poor little kitty Larry had to get his balls taken off.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
Boy, he did great. He was wicked stoned when he got
Oh, it
home.
was so sad. But good for us because he
Yeah,
was peeing everywhere.
and
Our
he
house
just,
smelled terrible.
yeah, it was not good. He was starting to get territorial. Um, we have an older male cat, but obviously the right thing to do as homeowners, whether your cat's going to be inside or outside, you never know what's going to happen. You should always be getting your animals neutered and spayed. Like
Amen.
that's just that. Like there are so many kitties that need homes, and you know, we go to the Humane Society all the time. Well, not as much anymore, but there's just so many that they're like in the hallways in
Mm-hmm.
in these like crates, and I'm sure it's the same everywhere. But even around here, it's really bad, and we have a lot of barn cats around us. One of our cats is a barn cat.
Mm-hmm.
Jam.
Harley.
Yeah,
Oh.
Harley's a barn cat too, but Jam's a barn cat from around here.
True.
We trapped her. So yeah, Larry got his civic duty done, and he's back happy as ever, and he hasn't peed on anything. So
Yay!
go, Larry!
We're out of the woods.
Yeah, we're out of the woods.
The second thing I think would be to tell everyone about our social media straight off the
Yep.
bat. So we jumped the gun and we got almost everything just to get
Yeah,
our name out
we're
there.
excited.
So on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Threads, it is at Two Tools No Clue Podcast. TikTok, which we don't have anything on yet, but we will one day, hopefully,
Yeah.
is Two Tools No Clue. Patreon.com is patreon.com/Two Tools No Clue. And you can email us at Two Tools No Clue Podcast at gmail.com.
Heck yeah.
Ooh,
Send us
ooh.
your stories. I want to hear about your own homestead adventures. And, people are like, I don't live on a homestead. I just own a home and horrible things happen to me. Cool. I want to hear about them.
Yeah.
Anna and I want to know all about it because we're going to tell some crazy stories that have happened just in our home. Being homeowners can, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It can suck sometimes. It's terrifying. It is a great privilege, and I'm so proud of us that we are homeowners, but oh my God, I've, you know, home broke is like real.
Yeah.
But
I guess we
yeah,
should tell you guys we've been homeowners for 2 years.
yeah, 2 years.
We live in New Hampshire.
It's currently freezing and snowing anywhere between a foot and a foot and a half with the snowstorm that we got today.
Yep.
Woohoo!
And we've been gardening for like 3 years.
Yep.
But I don't know. There's always more to learn.
And here's Stevie. That's our producer, Stevie. She's telling us to stay on task. And so I guess the last exciting thing that happened this past week, my brother's best friend, a family friend of ours, Luke, came to stay with us. He ended up needing somewhere to go, and the homestead was a good spot for him to come to. We already had Reggie. We knew that Reggie could handle something like that. Reggie's our RV.
Yes.
He also has his
Our
own
saving
Instagram.
grace.
Check it out. Yeah, our saving grace, and I'm just excited that it can be a saving grace for somebody else, especially Luke, because he's a good dude. So yeah, Luke is here now. He got here just in time for the very
18 inches of
yep,
snow
18 inches of
forecasted.
snow. But you know, nothing that he can't handle. He was up in Alaska for a little while, so I'm sure, I'm pretty sure he's excited to see the snow tomorrow and not be like terrifying to go out. And because that's what he was saying the other day. He told me, I'm excited for the snow because when I was up in Alaska, like it was like scary to go outside in the snow. So you just didn't. You just stayed inside. Like, okay, that's a
I'm not
different
here
way to
for
think
that.
about it. Yep.
I'm okay with the amount of snow that we get here. I don't want any more.
Yeah. Still not okay with 18 inches, but definitely better than
Geez, back in the day, we
Alaska.
used to get 3 or 4 feet.
Oh yeah, when you were a kid, you didn't have to think about it, making little huts at the bottom of your driveway from the snowplow snow. And as I think about it as an adult, I'm like, one, that's terrifying. And two, like, mom and dad, why'd you let us do that? The 90s, it was the
Yeah.
best, but at the same time, like, not a good idea. Don't do that. Not a good location for an igloo.
Yeah, they learned.
Yeah. Well, I didn't learn anything. I'm just alive, luckily. So yeah, I am in charge of the homesteading research today. So
We figured episode 1 should be, what is a homesteader?
yeah,
What is homesteading?
yeah, and Anna's gonna be shocked at even just the information that I'm about to bring forward
Yeah,
because
I know nothing. I
it
didn't do any of the
is
research.
not what we expected. So okay, let's go. Let's go for it. So the very underwhelming definition of homesteading. The Oxford language defines homesteading as a life as a settler on a homestead. Period.
What's the definition of a settler?
That's all she wrote. I automatically, my brain just started spiraling. So I'm literally now I'm like on the Oregon Trail, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what is
You've died of
what?
dysentery.
I am like, am I a homesteader? Apparently not. But I mean, we are on settled land, technically.
Yeah.
It's ours. We bought it in
We
a very
steward
different
it.
way. But yeah, so, but that for the definition wise, that is all she wrote. So the one thing I did find interesting though was that the North American English, it's a North American English noun.
Interesting.
Okay, so to me, I'm like, we made that up.
Yeah. It's not Latin.
Obviously, we didn't make up the act of homesteading, right? Like people have been doing shit to get by since the beginning, and now we're just going back to some of those ways. It's kind of how I see it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like we're just trying to be self-sufficient, obviously in modern times. But anyway, so I just thought it was really cool that somewhere in American history we idolized that
Yeah.
enough to make a noun, and it was homesteading.
Isn't that a verb?
So, I don't
Homesteading.
know. Whatever. But yeah, I just thought that was cool. So then I got like really hyped up on just the word settle, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't do that. You can't do that anymore. You really just have to figure out how to buy land. But even then, you can't just buy land and then be on the land and that's it. Like you have to have permits and you have to have plans to make a driveway and to have sewage and have electric and blah 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 blah. So it's really just it's not that way anymore.
Yeah. You're not just plopping down in an area and cutting down some trees for a house.
Exactly. But once upon a time, they did do that. okay? And that's where homesteading came, okay?
hmm
And so Wikipedia
Good
gave me this
old
knowledge. Yep.
Wikipedia.
The Homesteading Act of 1862. The Homestead Act of 1862 opened up millions of acres to any adult who had never taken up arms against the federal government of the United States.
Wow.
You could apply as long as you didn't harm any federal goons, I guess, right? That's kind of what is going on here. Women and immigrants who had applied for citizenship were eligible.
Wow, that's shocking.
So forward thinking.
Yeah,
Like,
so
holy
progressive.
moly. So most homesteading occurred during the period of 1900 and 1930. As of 2017, around 93 million Americans are descendants of people who received land throughout the Homestead Act.
Wow.
93 million of you motherfuckers out there are just sitting on some free land. Good for you,
Do we know
honey.
what percentage that is?
I guess we need to
Do
figure
some
out
quick
how
math.
many people live in America, right? I don't know that. But I was just stuck on I thought that was so cool. So yeah, anyway, then I was just like, okay, how did they get all this land? Like, obviously that's not gonna be that easy, right? So I looked up more information also on Wikipedia, and 160 million acres, like the US government said, just like, go get it, right? They were like, off you go. Obviously, it wasn't as easy as that because there were already indigenous tribes there,
Right.
and they weren't trying to give away their land. So that was the downside of it. And I will say, not all the land got taken up. Like, a majority of it is still some Native American tribes, but like the rest of it, like they did
Teeny
take from
tiny
them. Yeah,
fraction.
they did take from them. So like, it was free because it was somebody else's,
Right.
right? But that is America. Welcome. Sorry guys, didn't mean to call you out like that. But then you know how I am. I have ADHD. My name is Jeidan. I have ADHD, and I can go from one subject to the other very quickly. And you are going to find this in my notes, okay? So now I'm thinking to myself, okay, so they got the land, and now 93 million of their descendants they still have that land, okay?
hmm
So now I'm thinking about all of the old houses that there have to be in America, okay? I was born in Scotland. I'm an American citizen now, like as of last year, but I have always been obsessed with the fact that there are no castles in America. Like, y'all don't have castles. In Scotland, there's castles, right?
Except for that one house in North Carolina.
Yeah, there is like a castle in North Carolina
It's like
somewhere.
a trailer house that looks like a.
It's got like, what are those walls called? Just it.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's not a castle anyway. But I I just was like, okay, where are the oldest houses in America?
Well, my dad's house was built in the 1700s.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So would
It's like
his
a
house be part of this movement?
probably. I mean, okay,
Because it was way before then.
a lot of the homesteading that was done a part of this was more westward.
That's what I thought.
So it was um like that house is probably older than some of these. Yeah, definitely. Cuz like 1862. Cuz that's when they were just like, "No, there's more. Go.
Yeah.
Leave the coast. Go away
Explore.
from us from New England. Like we don't want you here." Like, you know what I mean? I think that's what was happening. Majority of the people that did end up on like kind of genuinely settling for the land was like all along the Mississippi, like all the way up the Mississippi,
Mm,
because like there's running water. So
yeah.
like, it's safe to drink. Yada yada yada. That's how they transported everything. Um, but yeah, so then I ended up looking at the oldest homes in America.
What do we got?
You're not even gonna believe this spiral and how like small world shit, right? Okay, anyway.
Watch my dad's house be on this list.
It's not. Okay. So I ended up reading this article on geojangle.com. If you've never been
Sorry,
on
what?
geojangle.com. Anna, if you've never been on it, which it sounds like you haven't, you
No.
need to go on it. It has insane stuff on it. Just the most random information all about the world. Anyway,
That's
so
good to know.
this is the eight oldest homes in America. We've got some that are. I wish I could show you the pictures. Maybe I'll figure out how to. I'll figure out how to. So
You can
in
post them on our
Teos
Instagram.
Pueblo in New Mexico, there's these structures that are they're all made out of like clay and mud,
Mhm.
and they are still standing.
Oh, I believe it.
It's insane. It's very eerie,
Cobb?
but impressive at the
What
same
is that?
time.
Is it just Cobb or is it Cobb and something? But that form of building is incredibly
Like that,
strong.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they have like those windows that are just like, cut out spots.
Mhm.
And even that, I'm like, how did you do that? But they were like layered on top of one another. And now I want to go to New Mexico. I never had a reason to want to go to New Mexico. And then I saw that. I was like, okay, you cannot go in them. It looks like you can't even go near them.
That makes
Like the
sense.
picture that
How old are they?
oh, I think we're
Oh,
gonna get
okay.
to it.
I've always wondered how those structures would hold up in
Yeah.
like a New England climate with snow and all that.
Yeah, but like listen to this. So yes, we live in New Hampshire now, but I grew up in Connecticut. Okay. I grew up in Windsor, Connecticut. It is one of the oldest town. It is the oldest town in Connecticut. First settled upon. We fight Wethersfield. Wethersfield, for some reason, thinks they're the oldest. They're not. They're lying to you. We're the oldest. The Loomis Homestead in the town I grew up in. Okay. And you've been there. Anna has walked the premises of the Loomis Homestead, which
Have
is
I?
now, yeah, you have, okay? The Loomis Homestead was built between 1640 and 1652. Don't know why there's such a wide, like, when was this built gap, but
Did
we'll
it
go with
take
it.
that long
Maybe. Oh, wait.
to build?
Okay, probably.
How many years is it?
A lot. 12 years. That
Wow.
makes sense. I forgot that, things were built by genuine hand back then. So, in Windsor, Connecticut, it was originally built as a home and it is currently used as a private school. Do you know where I'm talking about yet?
No.
It's Loomis Chafee. Do you remember when we took that walk with Stevie when she was a puppy by the train station? That's all a wicked fancy private school now. And that whole property used to be the Loomis Homestead. And now it's Loomis Chafee. It's a private school. It's been there forever.
Obviously.
Like my high school uh played their hockey games there because they have like an ice rink and everything. But yeah,
I don't know what you're
I don't
talking
know.
about. I don't remember that at all.
We did. She did. But yeah, it's beautiful. We'll go there again and you'll be like, "Oh my gosh. I want to look at the house again now." Now that I know this, I'm like, "Wow, okay." Because it's just a tiny little house, but then it's surrounded by everything. And you can like picture it really being like, wow, I bet they grew a lot of stuff. I bet they had huge pastures at one point. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just really cool to think about because it's been where I grew up this entire time. But yeah, it was originally built as a home and is currently used as a private school. It was built and constructed by Joseph Loomis, an original settler of Windsor, Connecticut.
Mm.
In the 17th century, the house was significantly enlarged from its original frame. The original house, the L on the right side, was home to the Loomis family, who emigrated from Braintree, England in
Ooh, none of our names
1638.
are original.
Nope. Upon their arrival in the New World,
In quotations.
Joseph and his wife Mary had 8 children while living in the colony. That's crazy. That's a lot of kids. But
Yeah.
I guess, like, if you think
For
about it,
the
like,
time, that's honestly not that many kids.
yeah, that's true. You need the
People
help,
are out there having
honestly.
like
Like, you got,
16
like,
freaking kids.
one's doing the laundry. Like, it's a whole ordeal, I feel like. The house was passed down through 8 Loomis generations until
Wow.
one childless daughter willed the house to the Loomis Institute, a private school started by other relatives. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That it at least became a school. I can always admire when rich people put their money to something that will, establish something along the way or preserve something.
Yeah.
Like, instead of buying like weird shit. But yeah. In 1940, the house saw many renovations to continue its use as a school. The building is still in the school's possession, representing the Loomis family history in Windsor. I think I want to go see that.
Yeah. Maybe we can make that a Patreon episode.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Us visiting the oldest
Yeah, oh my
homestead in what, Connecticut, you said?
Yeah,
yeah.
yep, Windsor, Connecticut. I think it's so cool.
I wonder what the oldest homestead in New Hampshire is.
Oh yeah, I should have looked that up. Sorry that I didn't. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. Because like I've just been there so many times. And like I really can't, like I was saying, I really can picture it. Like orchards and, horses and all the things that you just need. I don't know. It's pretty sweet. And it is right along the river, the Farmington River. So, I mean, like the water was right there too, which is pretty cool. Okay, so anyway, more interesting facts about homesteading. So, between 1862 and 1934, the federal government granted 1.6 million homesteads during that time. That's a lot. That means 1.6 million people applied and then successfully got land.
I guess, I don't know. I'm just trying to, like, I have a question, but I'm not sure how to phrase it.
Okay.
It's like, what's a homestead then? It's back to our original question. Like, how big were they? How many homes were on them?
I don't know. I have questions now too. It says they distributed 270 million acres.
Wow.
But yeah, that's a total of the 10% of all the land in the United States.
Wow.
Like, that's quite a bit of land.
That is.
And 93 million are sitting pretty on it. Yeah. So homesteading was discontinued, no longer trending by 1976, except in Alaska. That continued until 1986. People, and you know what? When I was a kid, I remember at one point Alaska was like, "Hey, we'll give you 10K if you want to come up here." And at the time, I was a kid, so I was like, "That sounds like a great idea. We should go to Alaska." But it was for like, I think mining and stuff like that. I don't think I would be able to do that. But yeah, I thought it was interesting that homesteading, still kept going until 1996. I was born in 1990, so it's not too far from me.
Yeah.
Obviously now it's it's far away. It's like 40 years ago, but still. Yeah, a lot of land, a lot of opportunity.
Wait, homesteading started in 1986?
Stopped. It didn't stop. It stopped everywhere else in America
Oh, I see. It's
in 1976, but it didn't stop until 1986.
homesteading?
Yeah, like the act of it.
Oh, okay.
Like there was no, like the American government was like, you cannot just find land and call it yours anymore.
Oh, okay.
Basically. Rude.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be some control, but at the end of the day, like all these parcels of land that are just like sitting there because they're like you have, like I said, you have to have all these things. I think that's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Reggie could have sat pretty on a real nice lot, but we waited it out and we're here now, so it's fine. So yeah, by legal definition, by 1986, homesteading was a thing of the past, but that doesn't mean that homesteading didn't live on. And honestly, I think how it's defined now is better. Still a freedom that you can't buy at Walmart. It's just something that you live instead. It's not, I don't like to call it a lifestyle, but it kind of is a lifestyle. You don't have to depend on what's at the stores. I think it's cool that we know how to make chili powder and we know how to make garlic powder and stuff, and it's so easy. It's like silly,
Mm-hmm.
but you wouldn't think about that stuff. You just go to the store and you buy garlic powder.
Yeah.
You buy chili powder. But
I would like for this podcast to teach us how to make our lives more inconvenient. Like, I want my life to be more inconvenient so it can be more wholesome at the end of the day.
yeah, so that you're using everything
Yeah.
too. It kind of just made me more aware of what we were throwing out when we could have been saving money by not throwing it out, I
Exactly.
guess.
Yeah.
Because, like, going back to garlic powder, not a long process,
No.
not hard at all. You like bake that for like what, 40 minutes? That's it. It's
Bake
just,
it?
it's just the peels. Yeah, you
Oh,
take the
no.
outer peels out. Same with onion
Oh,
powder.
just the peels.
Yep, you take the peels, you let them dry out a little bit, you put them in the oven on a low temp, and then you just smush them all up.
I've seen people take whole ass onions and whole ass garlics and just shove them in a food processor and then take that paste and put it in the oven on low for like hours. That's why I was like,
Hours.
minutes,
No,
what?
no, no,
No, like
no.
8
No,
hours.
use,
And then when it comes out, it's a fine powder.
that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, and you get
Use it
way
a
more
lot.
of it when
Yeah.
you're using the
I
whole
bet it's
thing
more,
than just the
I-
peels.
yeah, I bet it's more, potent as well.
Yeah, more nutrients in
Yeah.
it too. But it's a good, yeah, save your peels
Yeah,
to make
so, you
little
know,
batches.
you can't just like go out into the wilderness and, pitch a tent anymore. Obviously, everybody rolls their eyes at that nowadays. But there is still what I call urban homesteading, at least like in our case, we own a home, it runs on electricity, we're not off the grid by any means. Like
Mm-mm.
we do have well water, but like we are reliant on our town for a lot of things,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, okay, what's urban homesteading?
Hmm.
Um, and this is what the internet told me. The internet told me an urban homestead is a household that produces a significant part of the food, including produce and livestock, consumed by its residents. This is typically associated with residents' desire to live in a more environmentally conscious manner.
Heck yeah.
Aspects of urban homesteading include resource reduction, using solar, alternative energy sources, harvesting rainwater, using gray water, line drying clothes, using alternative transportation such as bicycles and buses, raising animals, including chickens, goats, rabbits, fish, worms, and or bees, edible landscaping, growing fruit, vegetables, culinary and medicinal plants, converting lawns into garden. Woo woo, lawns into garden. Self-sufficient living, reusing, repairing, and recycling items, homemade products, food preservation, including canning, drying, freezing, cheese making. Ooh, that sounds like a great idea, Anna. And fermenting, community food sourcing, such as foraging, gleaning, and trading, natural building, and composting. What is gleaning? I forgot to look that up.
Gleaning with a
I thought that
G?
to myself while I was reading this, and then I forgot to look it up.
Let me look it up right now.
Gleaning. It's highlighted too. There was a link. I should have clicked it.
Gleaning is the practice of collecting leftover crops from fields after the main harvest, often due to cosmetic imperfections, economic
Oh, okay.
unviability, or surplus production. It dates back to ancient times with roots in biblical laws that required farmers to leave portions of their harvest for the poor, widows, and strangers. Back when people cared about people.
Weird. You were literally forced to leave some stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess, by definition, I think we are going to be doing a lot more of these things, but I think we all could be doing some of them, whether it
Yeah.
be for just like a hobby to do or just to like save money. People think that homesteading is going to require like all these fancy tools and all this time, but there's some things that you could just, really easily do and it would just save you money. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else. No trick or anything like that. I think people get so scared, about like little, like, like a little basil plant or something in their windowsill. Like basil can be tricky, but it can also like live for a very long time.
Yeah.
You just pick it off and use it when you need it. Just weird stuff like that.
I feel like homesteading is such a daunting term, but so is the term herbalist, and it just means someone who uses herbs.
Yeah.
So it's just someone who wants to eat food that they grow and wants to live more sustainably.
Yeah, and that's what I'm excited about this podcast for because it's gonna make it so one, we maybe know what we're talking about, but and two, like we genuinely will learn something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm most
Yeah.
excited about.
And we'll help, whoever decides to listen.
This is for entertainment purposes
Yeah.
only. This is not educational. We are not professionals. We have no
Yeah.
clue what we're doing.
Zero clue. I repeat, zero clue. But yeah, I just think it's really cool that people are benefiting from just random stuff like this still. And it's kind of trending again. Like people
Yeah.
want to do stuff like this.
I feel like with AI and all the fake bullshit that's going around, people are going to start wanting to have something more real.
Yeah. Because I mean, okay, like we got blueberries from Spain. And like, yo, Spain, I appreciate your blueberries. I do. But they came all the way from Spain.
Yeah.
And it's just weird.
There's probably no nutritional value left to them by the time that they get to us. It's just dead food.
Yeah, and like we're really picky about our blueberries.
Yeah, you want to tell them why?
My parents moved to New Hampshire, and the lot that they purchased has 800 bushes. It's too many bushes. And so that's kind of how we ended up, it's not just because we bought a house, like we already had the dream to homestead, but we ended up at the farmer's market really quick.
With blueberries to sell.
Blueberries galore, blueberry jam, blueberry bread, blueberry. And we love going to the farmer's market. We called ourselves Watson Acres Homestead. That's who we are. That's what our homestead is called. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been crazy because again, we have no idea what we're doing. Like we're not blueberry people. We're not a blueberry family.
When his parents bought the house, they were told that a guy will come every summer and collect the blueberries for the local co-ops.
Guy
And he like
shows
what
up.
has the Boy Scouts or something come along to help him or something like that?
Yeah, some crazy story like
And they're
that.
like, don't you even worry about it. They buy the house, the paper goes through, everything checks out.
Yep.
They purchase the home, and the guy never shows up. We become the guy.
Yeah, we became the guy overnight. We're still trying to tame the fields because they went for at least a few years before we got to them.
Yeah.
But
They're being choked out by chokeberries.
you know, they are beautiful rows. We we're grateful for them. We love blueberries, but yeah, the blueberries from Spain. Again, I appreciate them, but it's just so much better when you can literally go out to your backyard, just get what you want.
Better for you and better for the planet.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, so that was my crazy spiral about homesteading. Obviously,
Is there a clapping button?
oh, let's see.
Cheer.
There's a cheer button. Hey!
Our first ever episode.
So before we leave, we love answering questions. We have been practicing and we think it's really funny.
Check that out on Patreon.
Yep, you'll see some pre-launch episodes of definitely entertainment, no knowledge.
We're just talking out our ass in
no
those.
no knowledge. Zero idea. So, okay. What do you think of when you think of homesteading?
Well, if you had asked me this beforehand, I would have said like what we're doing kind of, which is like just a little tiny garden. Like we're not feeding the community, we're just feeding ourselves and there's chickens in my mind and goats and just living without having to go to Walmart every day.
Yeah.
Is what I see or saw. But I guess now we know that the true definition is just somebody who goes and settles in a place, takes land,
This is mine now.
builds a home, homesteader.
I wish I guess I could have been a part of that, but at the same time, like I probably would have just died.
Yeah.
I don't think
It
I would
doesn't
have
sound
got
fun.
a piece of land. I don't. I think I would have been like, I'm sorry, this is yours. You're right.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. I really just think it means like, relying on yourself and what you have in front of you as much as you can.
It's a good answer.
I have a lot of hopes and dreams for our homestead. Obviously, we're getting there slowly, and I think that's also a part of the definition. It's like it is not your homestead does not appear overnight.
No.
Your homestead appears to you like 40 years later when you're sitting on your porch and you're like, "Oh, whoa,
It happened."
well, this is cool," So like that's what I at least am grateful that we both realized quickly and not like haven't been getting too like overwhelmed about it.
Yeah.
So okay, why do you want to be a homesteader?
Because I want the earth to be able to sustain life for a little bit longer.
That's a
And
solid answer.
I want to know where my food comes from.
Yeah. Like again, grateful for your
Even
Spain.
if that means going to my neighbor for their butchered chickens because I can't bring myself to butcher them myself. I want it to come from my local community rather than
That's what I
California.
loved about the farmers market this year. You know what I mean? When we would trade a plant for scones. Like that's crazy to
Yeah,
me.
I loved the
That
bartering.
is just like, of course, yeah, here's some scones. Like, thank you for the plant. Like, it's just small stuff like that, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, I am excited to go back to the farmers market. Especially we're gonna cry. We're cry. We're gonna
That too.
we're gonna try some new methods. We're not gonna get into it yet, but we're gonna try some new methods that I'm excited for.
Yeah.
So, okay, what was your first thought when you found out that we had to handle all the blueberry bushes on our own?
Me?
Yeah.
You're asking me first? I thought you were
Yeah.
going to answer it.
No.
I was excited because I didn't fully realize what it entailed.
Yeah.
Once I realized, I
They're
was like,
beautiful from far
oh,
away. You're like,
no.
wow, those are beautiful, and then you get in them, you're like, what the heck? The wasps, like, remember the
Oh,
first
geez,
year? Oh
yeah.
my God. But yeah, those what are they? Those choke bushes or whatever the heck they
Mhm.
are. Like, I want to choke them. I'm serious. Um, my first thought was like, what, what are we gonna do with all these blueberries?
Yeah, we figured it out,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
A lot of them still get lost to the the wasps and the
Do you know
wildlife,
what's?
but
Do you want to hear something funny? I found 2 bags of blueberries in the freezer, and I'm like, I'm gonna save these for the farmer's market. Gonna show up with some blueberry bread day one. And these people are gonna be like, "What?"
well, you saved them because that guy wanted jam midwinter. And I was like, yeah, we'll save some berries for you, but we haven't heard. Anyway,
Anyway, well, I didn't know, and I was like, "Well, I know what I'm gonna do with these." A little teaser at the beginning of the farmer's market, so watch out, people. First
good
come,
idea.
first serve, 100%, and then you're gonna have to wait. You know the drill. Okay, what else? Where would you like to see us in 5 years?
I'd like to see us going to Walmart less and eating our food more and eating our
Yeah,
leftovers more. I
I
have a
want
really hard time with leftovers.
yeah.
I need them prepared for me, otherwise I get an ick.
You just need to get over it.
It's
So
part of
sensitive.
my homesteading journey.
Um, you're doing better with it, honestly. Yeah,
Thank you.
like you ate leftover chili. I was so proud of you.
Mhm.
You didn't even bat an eye. You were like,
Cuz it
"This
was
is
prepared
delicious."
for me.
Yep. Um, I would like to see the same, but I would also like to just see us like being a little more efficient with it all too. Like just have more of like a rhythm instead of just like, more proactive, less reactive. I like to be, you know me, I like to be prepared.
Mhm.
Um, and obviously we're still learning like what goes down owning a home, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think once we have like that down, it'll be easier for us to, get a rhythm with everything else and instead of always being like, what is happening?
I agree.
Because that's where we're at right now. Like
Yeah.
something happens and we're like, what is going on? We keep running out of oil and we're like, what is going on?
Why is
Like,
the house
what's wrong with
cold?
us? Like, just get, like, call for oil. Like, it's not hard. But apparently for us, it is hard. Um, so yeah, that's what I would, like to see, I
Yeah,
guess,
I agree.
which I think, we're getting there.
Mhm.
That's totally manageable. So yeah, I guess that's all I really got.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's that on homesteading.
Yeah.
So to end each episode, we wanted to read a little thing out of the Farmer's Almanac. So today is January 25th. It is St. Paul's Day.
Happy St. Paul's Day. Who you? We don't
Who
know.
you?
We got no clue.
And also, January thaw traditionally begins about now, but
Guys.
we're in the midst of 18 inches of snow. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say that's not happening this year.
Yeah, it's definitely not happening. It is currently snowing, not thawing.
No. I wonder when that's based off of. When does it usually
Like,
thaw? And
where?
yeah,
Because in New England, nothing's thawing. Like, you're lucky if something's thawing, like, mid-April.
yeah, yeah.
And that's,
I
like,
wonder where.
Connecticut. Not New Hampshire.
Just looking at each other with concern. Anyway,
Yeah, anyway.
to reiterate the social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Threads is at Two Tools No Clue Podcast. TikTok is at Two Tools No Clue. You can visit patreon.com/Two Tools No Clue. And you can email us at twotoolsnocluepodcast@gmail.com. We want your stories. We want
Yes.
your insight. We want your critiques.
Yes.
We want everything.
Yes.
Give it to us.
We
Give it
want
us
to be your friend.
Yes.
Tell us all the weird stuff you've done, like by accident, like, what tools you were using, what tools you regret using, because that happens to me a lot.
Yes.
I'll be like, what have I done? Shouldn't have put that hole in the wall.
My only note would be I don't want any stories about death. Like, I got all these chicks and none of them made it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want that. But like funny stories about
make
what
me cry.
things your chicks did, or maybe you lost them and retrieved them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing sad.
Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe we'll have a dark episode, but yeah.
But yeah, we do want to hear from you guys. We obviously have a lot of stories to tell, and we want to hear yours as well, because that's how we all learn.
Mhm.
I learn from making horrible mistakes. That's how I learn my most valuable lessons, is by just doing the wrong thing.
Yep. And that's kind of why we wanted to start
Yeah.
this podcast.
Yeah.
So we can get ahead of it.
Yep. Because we're two tools
with no clue. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Two tools. Two tools. Two tools. No!